All right, so there's Emma, and we normally don't put this dude in his bouncer, little Bodhi man, but for occasions like this, we got work to do, don't we, Mama?
We do.
So this is what's crazy is like this is what you don't necessarily see all the time with the van life stuff. The part where you give everything that you own away. Now, granted, we didn't have that much stuff because we've been kind of planning on doing this for a long time, and we just kind of moved here and winged it. But as you can see, we bought a bunch of stuff so that we could have our baby in a place that felt comfortable, because van life is still kind of new to us. Emily's good at giving stuff away because she did this whole trip to India and like all these crazy travels and adventures that she did, and she gave up she threw away everything like a mad woman. But yeah, it's new for me. I throw away almost everything, but as you can see, I'm still clinging to things. So I got
your back box. That's not bad. It's just one little box,
and I can't fit the lid on it. You know,
this right here
cool
stuck its way in it. I don't think that belongs.
No, I want it in there.
You want that?
You're gonna remove it?
Oh, you want
see?
that?
I'm attached, people. I'm attached. I have
We got it on Amazon.
And that, yeah, I know we got it on Amazon.
It is kind of cool, yeah.
And what if someday we want to?
We should put that in the van, actually.
That's what I'm thinking. Like,
I think even if we have to cut like the strings, I think we could fit it somewhere cool, like on the ledge or something.
So this
how do you know him?
Box that we're gonna keep in storage. That's how like all out we're going. With
Only
this.
one.
Only one little box of stuff I'm keeping in storage. Got my dead mama's stuff in there and things like that are important to me.
Yes.
But in the end, I'm gonna die and I can't take any of it with me anyway. So even that's stupid. And I'm probably going to eventually
baby steps.
Come to a
baby
place
steps.
Exactly where I can get rid of it.
Yes, not today, folks.
Not yet. I mean, my mom's not in the freaking box.
Right?
No. So, but we're getting there. But
the only thing that we definitely are taking is this little dude.
Yeah, we're taking this little dude.
We're taking him.
He's gonna go with us.
Yes.
He's gonna go with us.
Yeah.
He's excited because he never gets to hang out in his bouncer.
No, he doesn't. We hold him a lot.
We hold him, except for on occasions like this where we need to get stuff done.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to use it, because that way he doesn't get. It actually works, because it don't work. I don't think if you use them all the time. Little 6-week-old little guy.
6 weeks old and a
actually,
little chub
dude,
muffin.
No, he's
look at
like
this chub muffin.
He's almost 7 weeks, love.
Almost 7 weeks, yes.
Oh
look
my
at the
god.
Chub. Oh my god.
No one told us about the chubby chickens.
All right, awesome. There we are. And here's the little family. My two little loves of my life. Just getting ready to go on van life.
Yes, van life, here we come.
We're not there yet, but we got another week and a half.
Are you ready, Bodhi? You ready for the van life? He's like, yes.
He's like, yes, as long as there's boobs and milk.
Yes.
Yes.
He's good.
Yes. All right, cool. So, hopefully it's not too up close or anything. We're kind of new at this whole filming and yeah, making videos, the whole thing. Something we're kind of doing as a fun, creative outlet. We want to document our life.
Yeah.
Something to have for our little man here to look back on one day. And, you know, if it goes somewhere and other folks like our YouTube content, then that's cool. But ultimately, we just want to enjoy documenting our adventure. So, we're going to give you a quick little tour. Oh, the wind already blew it over. I didn't stake the stuff down.
We will when we get wherever we get.
So, and that's only, like, we're only going to use this probably when we're at campsites that have other people around. Because honestly, I don't think we really need it. Just take a shower out in the open, unless there's other people around. Then, of course, some people get weird about us, like, blasting them with our nudity. See, there it goes.
The other one's dirty, though.
Yeah, the other one was flipped upside down just a minute ago. We got a storm rolling and there's some gusts.
We got some wind on our hands.
This right here is a gazelle gazebo. Gazelle's the brand, but I'm not getting paid anything for any of the brands or any stuff like that. But all I can say is we've had it for a little while and it's pretty cool. Here's our toilet. We got a composting toilet that we're going to use. I just cleaned it out because we used it. We stayed in the van, trying it out. We've stayed in the van a couple nights now, even though we're here. So yeah, here's our RAV4. We were debating whether or not we're going to sell this puppy or whether we're going to keep it. And we decided it would be best just to keep it.
Yep.
Because of, you know, what happens when we get somewhere and we want the ability to go off-road a little bit and go and explore some stuff. Like, it's not perfect for off-roading, but we're not rich. You know, we're in debt trying to do this whole thing.
Wow, what was that? Was that a spider?
Yeah, it probably was a spider.
Oh, shizzle. That was so big.
We live in Texas, and so there's big old critters everywhere.
It was like a jumping spider. I was like, oh.
Everything's bigger in Texas, right?
That's crazy. It, like,
when she says
like
it's a
popping.
big spider, it's like...
No, you'll see it and you'll be like, wow, this time
So it's huge
right.
this time. No, this time it's huge. And I'm like, yeah, this time it's huge. And I look and it's just like a little bigger. But yeah.
Hey, Mr. Spider-Man over here.
Mr. Spider-Man, huh?
Yes.
Good one. Yeah, so here we have the van. And so I'm just going to kind of show the van a little bit. And kind of what we got going on here. So we decided to put the bug screens on. We got a Chevy Express 3500. Oh, you're taking them in? Okay. Yeah, so we got a Chevy Express 3500. As you can see, we got the high top on it. We found it used. Only paid like 12 grand for it. It's a 2010 and only has 70,000 miles. So it was really good, government owned, and it was used in Arizona. So that's nice with regard to rust and things like that. Especially it was used, state government in Phoenix, Maricopa County, the Treasury office I think used it. But as you can see, someone decided to try to drive it underneath an overpass. It was too small, I don't know, maybe a drive-through or some kind of a parking garage or something, tried to take it in there. And it was on this side too, as you can see, went all the way down the whole thing, the whole side. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty jacked up. But we fixed it. So, and on the top is even worse. You could see straight through to the van, but we were going to gut it out anyway, so we didn't really care. And there's a good reason. I don't know if you see the wasp, but that's a good reason why this bug netting is in place, because this wasp is trying to get in, but can't do it. What's up? Anyways, so we ended up, we built the van out, did a pretty cheap build. Didn't do anything crazy, didn't order anything custom. We decided to opt for a van that had an air conditioning unit in it. And we just, it was a passenger van. So a lot of windows, but we built it out as cheap as possible. And probably, I don't know, maybe like 10 grand later, here we go. And that's what we could afford to put on a credit card and not like die trying to pay it off. Here we have our fridge. This is kind of the underneath the bed area. Decent size. I rigged up a pure sine wave inverter. Basically, we wanted to have something that's hooked up to the battery. There's some cables that were ran underneath here already. As you can see right here, those cables were ran underneath the van because there used to be a wheelchair ramp right here that we took out and we donated at Goodwill. Anyways, we ended up taking that out and we just said, let's leave the wiring in and then use the wiring to rig up our inverter. And I'm sorry if I said 1500, I meant to say 200 watt inverter. Yeah, so we just basically plug that in. We figure we can use that to either charge the Blue Eddy while we're on the road. We got a Blue Eddy power station that we're using normally. And we got a 2400 watt hour on the Blue Eddy. And we got some solar panels. We got 4 Renogy solar panels that we're going to use, 100 watts each. We end up getting, when everything's all said and done, we got the flimsy ones that are lighter and easier to kind of set up. So when everything's said and done, we're going to wind up running, probably pulling about, well, in Texas I figured I'd try it out and set it up one day, and it was a sunny day. Ended up getting like 325 watts was like the max that I was getting at the peak hours of the day. 12 o'clock noon with it right straight, pointing straight up to the sky. But that's kind of to be expected because they're light, they're more flimsy, they're easier, more durable, but you get that power loss. You don't get the max energy out of them. So, but I'm happy with it. Charges up the Blue Eddy in one day, and we can run everything that we need in here. for a few days off of that. And if we need to, we could just turn on the van, drive down the road, and then hook up the Blue Eddy to the inverter and charge it that way. And it has 2 power outlets, so we can charge the fridge and run the fridge and run the Blue Eddy at the same time. So pretty cool little situation we got. Cool setup. Yeah, so we ended up doing these stickers. So our friend Zoey hooked us up with these, and basically she's an artist. We met her in Prescott, but I think she lives in like Sedona area, Oak Creek Village area, and she, you know, there's a lot of great artists that are in that area, and she's one of the best. And she has this all available on Etsy, and as you can see, she's got some really cool stuff on here. We're kind of into like aliens and all that kind of stuff. Well, it's fun, and we're not alone. We're not alone. But as you can see, we got alien surfing. That's a really cool sticker. I like that one. And I'm from Arizona. Emily and I live in Arizona most of the time. That's a pretty sweet little Arizona cactus, almost like psychedelic a little bit. And then we got some love aliens. We got some aliens in a van. That's pretty sweet too. Just a bunch of really cool stickers that she makes. And so we'll also put a link. So anyways, that's the back. We ended up just cutting out our own bed. We made this ourselves. And here's something kind of cool to know about this. We made this entire van build with nothing more than a screw gun, an angle grinder, so that we could cut the seats out and do any metal work, or cut any metal we needed to, and a Sawzall. That's it. Just a reciprocating saw. That's it. 3 tools and a hammer. Take that back. So 4 tools. 4 tools is all it takes to build something like this. Materials we were using. But here's the inside of the van. So it's pretty cozy right here. Normally we just pull those off. We just have Velcro attached. It keeps the sun out of the windows, and that makes a huge difference in keeping the temperature down in here. And again, we just got more of that. We ended up doing this net right here we put in so that we can basically put our clothes in this net that we need to use for the week, and keep our backup reserves for our clothes in the RAV4. With all of the stuff that we're kind of storing, we're just going to put it in the RAV4 whenever we get stopped. But these chairs are super cool. We did all the flooring and stuff ourselves. Built this out. The whole 9 yards, a little step here. You just like cut that with that little reciprocating saw. Installed it. But let's get in here a little bit. So here's what it looks like inside. We got the roof all done up with well, what it's actually the same type of stuff we use for the flooring, we just use for the roof as well. And it's not really the best idea because you got to sink a bunch of nails into it, so I wouldn't recommend to anyone who's thinking about doing that to do that. There's a different material that would be much better for the roof than linoleum that you use for the flooring. But I don't know anything about building stuff. And when I say anything, I mean I don't know anything about building stuff or filming stuff. I've taken videos with my phone of stuff that I'm gonna do that's stupid when I was drunk or something, but I've never like actually like filmed something with my phone and posted a video on YouTube. So this is kind of a new experience for me too. The whole thing's new, but that's what life's about, right? Life's about doing things that are new, doing things that are fun for me at least, and being present in the moment. That's what makes me feel alive. Being present in the moment with my family, going on adventures is something that's what I want to leave behind. My time on, having done with my time on Earth, being good to others, going on adventures. And so here we got all of our storage of our linens and stuff up above, right here. Extra blankets and stuff because I know it's going to get cold in here, especially we're going to be in Arizona, but the desert gets cold at night, folks. So you know, we got the van pretty well insulated. Everything but the windows is pretty well insulated. We got the Reflectix going on for the windows, but everything else is really well insulated inside. This is just the metal. We wanted to save room, so we didn't frame it out. We just left the metal, bare metal, which is a really bad idea as far as insulation goes. But again, we're poor. We have no building experience and didn't want to frame it out and lose so much space. So we just ended up leaving this here as the metal, and we put duct tape over it so that we could stick stuff to it, the stickers, stick this to it, and the duct tape looks kind of cool. And it does provide a very small layer of insulation as well, because there's some holes and cracks and stuff in there that's sealed up. We filled the inside with gap filler for some of it, but for some of it that we were able, every bit that we were able to, we used recycled, like you can go to Home Depot and get this really cool, it's like recycled insulation. It's just like, I think it's like R16 too is what it said, which, you know, it just depends on how you use it, is how well of an insulator anything is, because if it's butt up against something, Reflectix is useless, unless it's reflecting the rays and stuff. But as far as how the van build goes, we did what we could with what we had to work with. Is there a better way that we could have done it? I'm certain there is. But, you know, it was a fun project. It's fun to figure this kind of stuff out. It's okay to be a little uncomfortable. You don't gotta be perfectly comfortable, perfectly toasty. Blankets fix everything. You know, throw a blanket on you. We got a heated blanket too if we need it. And we're gonna be out here with a little guy. So we gotta make sure that we're real cautious and we have him. He's got some really good, that's probably one of the most pricey things that we did, was we got him really good sleeping gear so that he's good to go and good to stay warm. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we have going on in here. Oh yeah, I can kind of show you. Here's the power station we got. Now Blue Eddy just actually came out with a better one. They came out with a bigger one. Not that bigger's better, but you know, we're happy with this. It's got two 110 volt outlets in the back. It's got DC on it as well. It's got some USB ports. Yeah, and it works great for what we're using it for. We've used it in snowstorms. We've used it in a lot of different things when we were snowed in. We used to live in the mountains in Arizona, and it gets really cold where we were at like 7,000 feet, and it gets really snowy, and our road was horrible. So this camera, so pardon us, you know, we're figuring out the camera too, but we're gonna post regularly, so anyone who wants to watch, I encourage it. And we got the little, again, that's from Zoey, and she created those. Oh, internal high temp. Okay, well, we're back on. So the camera was overheating. But essentially, again, really cool stickers that Zoey has. This one's like an alien holding up his human suit, or her human suit. And it's got like a bunch of suits in the closet, human skin suits in the closet. It's pretty sweet. She's got really cool content, really cool stuff. And so, yeah, we got some thermal curtains here to separate the front of the van from the back. We got these really cool seats here that actually collapse down, just like so. If we take it and I pull it forward like this, it'll collapse, and bam! Now we got a smaller seat if we want to take it and we want to fold it up here and create more room to store stuff in the van while we're on the go. So really cool. I like how versatile these seats are. Yeah, you can get those on Amazon. Really cool stuff. And this right here is a nice little evaporative cooler if we want to stay cool and stuff, which is really handy. It actually cools us down really well. One person or a couple people sitting next to it, the fan pumps pretty hard. It just depends on how hot it is out, but it does a good job cooling. So I would, you know, I don't know what kind it is or what it's called, but I'll put a link in the description also for it if you're interested in finding something that works, because this thing actually does a pretty good job. If you fill it up with ice water inside, it does a pretty good job. For like one person. We have it for the baby. I don't care if I'm sweaty. I'll be sweaty. I don't care. I'll go wipe myself down or something afterwards, the baby wipe, but the baby can't have that because they can't regulate their temperature quite as well. Had to install a jump seat for the baby, so I installed this jump seat. And here's the front cab. Didn't really do much with the cab. That's the cat's little area to hang out, because we have a cat who's going to be coming along with us as well on van life. And he's going to have his litter box there in the front seat on the floorboard, and he's going to have his food on the driver's side and water on the driver's side, and that's going to be his area. Yeah, here's the refrigerator we got. We have an Iceco refrigerator that I stuck this around it, and I stuck some polyiso
foam board around it to keep it insulated, so we didn't waste as much power with it. But it's crappy, you know. It's a crappy job what I did, but hey, man, it's better than nothing. Don't hate. And so here, this is, you know, there's the ice co. We just grab it, we pull it out. I got it Velcroed up, so then it just Velcros back into place like that. So now it's Velcroed back into place on the bottom. And then this droops back down again. Good to go. Yeah. But that just about kind of covers it. It's pretty basic. We did some insulation under the floor to make sure that, you know, we kept it as warm as we can in here. And here's the big thing that's cool about our van that we wanted to go with. It was hard, like super hard to build around it. Like this, I had to build that all out myself. And underneath as well, I had to build a bunch of stuff out right here. But we ended up keeping the air conditioning. So we got an air conditioning unit in it that came in it because it was a passenger transport van. And so now, as you can see right here, when we want to, it runs all the way over down the side, and also comes out of the top, like right over here, to cool us down when we're in the bed. If it gets too hot in here, we just button everything up and go for a drive for about 30 minutes and keep the air conditioning on. Come back and park, and it takes a couple hours in the Texas heat even, with the van sitting out in the sun. You know, and it's been like 90 to 100 degrees, like non-stop. And so even sitting in the sun baking, it does a pretty good job of cooling off and staying cool for a couple hours. We get a couple of reasons, but yeah, we're really happy with it, and we're excited to get started and to share our journey with you. Emily went inside because the kiddo was getting a little toasty. And we don't like for him to be just out here toasting. So, he's a little guy. He's developing, and he needs a chance. He needs to regulate his temperature, and it's harder for him. He's only 2 months old. Look at these little two.
I'm trying to see if maybe I can get him to sleep.
She's trying to see him if she can get him to sleep, but look at those eyes. Ain't happening. Ain't happening, mama. Like, I'm gonna try and see if I can sneak him to sleep. And he's like, I'm up. I do what I want, whatever. Basically, underneath the van, underneath the bed of the van, we have these 3 totes. Bam. One of them's got our hygiene and medicine / herbs, because we're big on essential oils. And another one has cat and cleaning supplies, so it's cat food and everything, and some cleaning supplies for the van. Again, I wouldn't keep my cat food in with some like harmful chemicals. We use essential oil blends for everything, so there's nothing in there that's going to harm him really, that can get on anything he has. And then we have electronics and entertainment for like our books and, you know, a few things like that we want to have. We're going to rock this here, Verizon Jetpack, for our internet. Those Renogy solar panels I had mentioned. Yeah, here's our other totes that we have. We condensed everything down to these totes, which are going to go in the van until we stop, and then they'll go in the RAV or the van, whichever one we're not using. We gave away everything in our house, didn't we?
We did. Except for this guy.
Except for this guy. We didn't give him away, and I didn't give her away. We talked about it though, didn't we? Just kidding. he's like, screw you, dude. Without her, I would die. I don't need you for anything, Dad.
I need the milk.
You're just my boob taxi. And here is, yeah. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing with these videos, but we're gonna make a bunch of them. We're gonna get better as we go. But that's it. We're gonna be signing off. We're going to try and make videos every week, but we don't know. Maybe sooner, maybe later. Just depends on how it goes with us figuring out how to use them. Yeah, he's saying peace out. Peace out, homie. Peace out, homie. So, first stop, New Mexico. And that'll probably be the next time we're filming. So.
Yeah.
Peace.